Welcome, friends. Let us all begin the meditation. Take a very comfortable posture by simply crossing your hands, crossing your legs, and gently closing your eyes. Become one with your breath, friends. Your natural breath, your normal breath, your soft, tender, tranquil breath. Just relax your body and calm your mind. This time is just for you to relax and to calm yourself down. In this space, let nothing distract you, friends. If you hear a sound or if you get a thought, let it work like a reminder to be with your breath. So just enjoy being here in the present moment, witnessing your breath, disconnecting yourself from the external world, connecting to the internal world. Just enjoy, friends. Last 2 minutes, friends. Bring back your awareness to your physical body and to your surroundings. Last 1 minute, friends. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now slowly place your both hands over your eyes for a few seconds. Whenever you are ready, you may remove your hands and open your eyes. Welcome back, friends. I hope you all had a peaceful meditation. So, we are all here on day 37 of Enlightenment or No Death sessions. And we are here again with a wonderful topic on More Luminous Worlds by Kyriacos C. Markides. So before we get into the subject, I would like to read about this author. He's called as Daskulos, teacher by the author Kyriacos C. Markides. In the series of books he wrote about this remarkable Greek Cypriot. Daskelos was born in the year 1910 in the Greek part of Cyprus, near the town of Strovolos, and spent his years as a civil servant, family man. His was a life of healing, and the teachers of the Researchers of Truth publicly began in the year 1919 on the island of Cyprus. Daskalos gathered a circle of students, researchers of truth, around him in the stoa, which is schoolroom, at the back of his modest home. Daskalos set about instructing the group in esoteric wisdom, contemplation, and the development of healing powers. So this is about this author, friends, and Cyprus. Yes, it's a beautiful island, very spiritual, very spiritual. And coming to the topic, it's about more luminous worlds. Death means the separation and disintegration of the etheric double from the gross material body. Normally, it takes 40 days for the dissolution of the etheric double of a deceased person. Ordinary people assume that death is a frightful and painful experience. In reality, it is the opposite. The process of death is no different than a pleasant sleep after the exhaustion from a day's work. An individual will, after death, begin to live fully conscious within one of the subplanes of a psycho-neotic world, carrying along with him his virtues and vices, his goals and his aspirations. His personality undergoes no change, only the reality of space changes. The individual enters into a situation where space, as we know it in the gross material plane, does not exist. He perceives space as meaning, as conception. There is one important difference between the material and the psychic realms. When we find ourselves in the psychic environment, feelings acquire a greater intensity. Feelings of hatred and jealousy can become like fire that burns. Psychic worlds have trees, mountains, oceans, rivers, everything that exists on the planet, everything that has ever existed, and everything that can exist. What you consider as a real world is actually the shadow or the reflection of other more luminous worlds within which everything material that is considered real exists. In the various planes and subplanes of the psychic worlds, there exists not only whatever exists on this planet, which was created by archangelic forces such as water, mountains, forests, but also whatever humans have created, either way, either while they are still alive or after they depart. The psychic world is a much richer world. In the psychic worlds, there is no sun that rises and sets every day unless we create one ourselves. But the sun we create will be within our individual subjective psychic world, not the external one. Therefore, when a human being abandons his gross material body, he begins to live simultaneously within two planes of existence, the real psychic plane and his own subjective psychic world. Most human beings are so engrossed within their own subjective shell that they are unaware of the nature of the psychic plane within which they vibrate. Researcher of truth implies the development of the ability to distinguish between the real psychic world and the subjective psychic environment that people build around them with the elementals they bring along when they enter there. What is ugly in these psychoneurotic planes is what each individual hides within this subjective shell, his own psychic world, which gives him vibrations of evil, hatred, and vulgarity. A person who constructs his own shell and lives in it perceives it as having clear limits within which he is confined and is allowed to act. People build their villages, their churches, their fields just as they had them on the gross material plane. In the lower levels of the psychic world that we call hells, there is less light than in the higher planes. As we move from the lower planes towards the higher, we observe that there is increasingly more light in a similar manner to the way that a landscape is illuminated as the sun rises over the horizon. Paradises, which are the higher psychoneutic planes, are swimming in light of vibrating intensity. The psychic planes are schools where human beings enter to receive the necessary lessons and draw appropriate conclusions based on their experiences on earth. The individual will then move to higher, more luminous planes, and after he reaches a certain point, he will be ordered by the great masters of karma to return to earth in order to receive further lessons. In short, the psychic planes are resting homes for the self conscious personality until the new school year begins. Each researcher of truth will learn the way slowly and patiently. At first, we will feel our past incarnations intuitively until full memory is recovered. The memories will come as the present self conscious personality is more closely in attunement with the permanent personality. Then, like good actors, we will be able to remember the roles we have performed. The earth is a theater within which every one of us plays his or her various roles in order to learn and progress towards perfection. Um, this is about the more luminous worlds, friends, from this author's book called The Magus of Strovolos. So yes, it's very interesting. I mean, we have been knowing all these things, right? It's like when we vacate from here, that's why we have to have a clear mind when we are vacating from here. We should not carry any kind of like stressful thoughts or a hatred thoughts. That's why we ask everybody when we know somebody is on the deathbed, like we have to go to them and we have to tell to them that if there is anything that you have to forgive, please forgive. Or if there is anybody whom you have to take forgiveness for, please take forgiveness, because these kind of emotions that they carry, and they create a shell for themselves. And it's just the name, the lower worlds, because once they are in the shell, they limit themselves. They cannot see the light which is right in front of them. So it's a wonderful reminder again, friends, that how we have to be on this earth plane, like how we should not limit ourselves, how we have to be open, and how we have to be very clear of what we think and what we feel. And it matters a lot when we go to the other worlds also. And it takes time. Surely we will be reaching the light, but it all depends on us, our mind, and our emotions and our feelings. So this is what I would like to share a little bit about from this. And if there is anybody who wish to share, please go ahead, and you can unmute yourself, friends. Yes, Ram, please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Another wonderful topic, Madhu. It is a little bit different than what we had been hearing all these days. A little bit different, not different. Let's say extra content. And this reminds me that we are all here in order to refine ourselves when we are in this physical body, because what we are, we will continue to be. The only thing that we lose is this physical shell. So meditating, reading books, reading every book. We should not just be confined to one particular book, because we have so much information, so much wisdom from so many masters in so many different books. So we should be reading, because by reading, by interacting with everyone, by meditating, we integrate the truth more and more, and we drop that false shelf, or let's say limited understandings. Yeah, from limited understandings to unlimited understandings. So from limited self to an unlimited self, we grow, and we have to do that while we are in this physical body. So it's very beautiful how important it is for us all, the way we are daily, let's say, going towards the truth. One step ahead into ourselves, in realizing who we truly are and what is it not that we are as we drop in this journey. So thanks a lot, Madhu, and thanks a lot to everyone who are here, because each one of you are adding to each one of their own journey, but also to everyone's journey, including my journey. So thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Ram. Thank you. Yes, friends. Yes, Punita.
Hi, good morning. Good morning,
Morning,
everybody.
Punita.
Thank you, Madhu. Wonderful meditation. I actually had a question, maybe not related to today. I was just talking with my husband, and we were just discussing about these things. So it just struck him actually, when we do our Hindu rituals after a person vacates his body. Like we say, we have the ritual of 13 days, like 14 days. And it is said that the soul is around, like, us, or it is in the house only, or somewhere around. So is it actually, because yesterday I think we just discussed in brief that it depends on soul, that it may immediately. So how does like, is it really present when we are going through the rituals, or I'm not.
As yesterday I think Sharu was mentioning that it depends upon the soul, how evolved the
Mhm.
soul is. Some souls, they decide that immediately they will go to the other world. Some souls will take some time and to check on the family and to see whether they are doing fine or not. So
Uh,
they stay here, and as mentioned by this author, to reach to the other plane, some souls takes like 40 days to reach to the
mhm.
other planes as well. So yes, I mean, yeah, it depends on the soul to soul, Punita.
Yeah, I told him that, but since I was not sure, so I said I'll just
It's
like,
not it's
confirm.
not a generalized, we cannot
Right.
generalize this thing, because
Mhm.
like we all are different, isn't it? We all are
Yeah.
different. The same thing happens when we vacate our body as well. How easily we can detach here and how easily we can go to the other worlds depends on the soul's evolution and the soul's choice.
Okay.
Hmm?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Punita. Yes, friends. Anybody else? And I also really like in this, as the author was telling, that like a new year, like we the school, as if we go to learn in the other worlds. I know this, like I completely agree with many masters saying this, that once we vacate here, we take some rest, and after we rest, like we go to like suppose I like arts, I like painting, so I go to that schools in the other worlds, I learn more from there, and I work over there about this art, and then when I decide, yes, it's my time to go to the new school year, I come back to earth, so that I can really like show up my like the talent or the passion which I had carried in the other world as well. So yes, it's really amazing to know all these things, right, friends? Then there's only continuity, there is no end. There is we it's all continuing. So yes, friends, anybody else wants to share? Yes, Sharo.
Good morning, everyone. Another beautiful topic, wonderful one. And there is so much, I'm just trying to resonate with each and every word because, number one, we have been going through so many days about, and we are talking about this. So everything is getting imprinted in our minds that, okay, this happens and this is what it is, and these are the experiences. So one of the things that actually was, which caught my attention was when they were talking about, when the author was talking about the the different worlds that we make by our own
Mm-hmm.
selves, the individual worlds that we make
Mm-hmm.
with our own selves. So this was something that actually surprised me when my dad told me that where he is, where he resides. So this question was coming again and again, that how can we do that, and why do we do that? Why do we want to be there in that world where, which was there, which the desire was there on earth, and then we make that kind of a world there. So while I was reading books also, and when I talked to angels to validate that also, what answer I got was, that these territorial mirages are made. So these are mirages. These are not
Yeah,
real, but they are real in their own
illusions.
ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So these are kind of illusions that we make so that we feel that whosoever the soul is reaching there, so it feels familiarity, so they are more familiar with it, that they don't feel that they are out of some, they are some in some other world, or they don't feel very lonely or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
these are the territorial mirages that are being made by the archangels and the angels for
Mm-hmm.
these souls who are just transitioned, so that they don't feel out of out of this world, or they don't feel alone. So it was a wonderful thing that each one of us has the capability there to make our own worlds stay there, be happy. So so when I talk to angels that is this true, this is what I've been reading in the books also, so what is it like? So they again showed me my dad's place, and they said that, what do you think it is? The answer lies within you. What do you think it is? And it was validated. It was like, then I talked to my dad also, and he said the same thing to me. And it was like, whatever I was reading, it was getting impressed on my mind that yes, this actually happens. We are capable of making our own worlds there through
Yes.
our own thought vision. And even if it might be an illusion for other people, but it is a world in its own self for us. So yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful topic, Madhu ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for reiterating again and again every day. And thank you so much for wonderful topics. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharu. Thank you for this experience. This is really wonderful for all of us to know this. And as you were mentioning about your father being in that, which he had created for himself in the other worlds, in the same manner, I feel that there are also other people who have created a shell for their own self, like with the limiting, thoughts, or the fear, anger, and like hatred, jealousy, and all these things. So we term it as hell, like they have created a shell for themselves. So can you please tell about this? What is it? I mean, like whether whatever I feel, is that true, or
Okay, so when we were reading the laws of the spirit world, so there were certain planes that were being mentioned, but that is the perspective and perception of the author. So these are not the planes that actually exist, because
Yes.
heaven and hell is in the mind. So
Exactly.
whenever the soul goes there, they take this heaven and hell both there. So people who are emotionally very upset, for them that place is again the hell. They don't want to see the light. They want to be with their own selves till they're healed completely. Okay. And for example, people who have murdered somebody, or people who have gone through the suicide, or they have done that, or maybe rape victims, people who have gone through a lot of trauma, they go through a lot of hell emotionally on this earth. And so what happens is, when they go there, sometimes some souls, they see the light immediately, and they want to transform all the whatever they have gathered here on this earth, whatever pain that they have gathered. But some are not able to do that, because they feel that there's still some work to be done here. They cannot move ahead. So hell and heaven, they are basically made by our own selves, our own thinking, our own thought. So people who are rape victims, or people who are murderers, people who are going through certain traumas, or they were hospitalized, they take time to heal. So sometimes what happens is that these angels, they do not try to come and connect with them also, because they leave them. It's just like, giving them space, a little space, so that they come back to their own selves. So they give them time. So till that duration, till that time, where they are not seeing the light, it is hell for them. Because they are going through that emotion again and again and again, that pain again and again and again, till they are ready to see that light which is there in front of them. So that's what actually happens. So there are not such planes, like, where there are lower planes and higher planes, and we will go to hell or we'll go to heaven. So hell and heaven are within us.
We created.
Yes. So this is what we do. So this is what my understanding goes. I don't know if there's anybody who has their own understanding of this subject, because this is what, whenever I talk to angels and I read the books, and then I try to converse with the angels to validate that, is it right what I'm reading, or is this understanding correct? So when they talk to me and tell me, so this is what the understanding they give me, or they show me something, through my visions or something. So this is what my understanding is.
Yes, I feel the same, Sharu. Like there is no hell or heaven. Like it's not a geographical, like a place. That there is something like hell and heaven. It's all we created it. Like your father had created a heaven, like for himself. So there are many people who have created hell in their minds, and that is what is manifesting there. So, and you have shared one more wonderful thing about this angels not interfering. They're teaching us non-interference. Like
Yes.
giving space. This is
Yes.
very important also to implement in the physical world. Like on this earth plane, non-interference. So
Yes.
wonderful, wonderful,
Yes,
Sharu.
yes, yes. Patri sir is always of this opinion that even angels, they do not interfere at all.
No.
So we as humans should not. So I'll just, if I may, I just was listening to Patri sir's small discourse on
Please.
non-interference. So he was talking about a story in which Don Juan and his follower, so both of them, the student and Don Juan, they were passing the road, and they see that there's a truck coming, and there is a caterpillar on the road. So Don Juan's student, because he felt that, okay, out of compassion, I'll take the caterpillar away from that road so that he doesn't get hurt. He doesn't, that truck doesn't kill him. So what happens is he just takes him there out of that road. So Don Juan just says to the student that, why did you do that? He said, out of compassion, I did that. He said, who told you to do that? Because probably it was the way he wanted to die. It was his karma, and it was his pre-birth planning that he wanted to do. He wanted to die with the through that truck, and he wanted to end his life. So you interfered in his karma. Why did you do that? Now the thing was that, again, what happened was the student said, oh my God, I did a blunder. So he keeps the caterpillar again on the road. Okay. And then again, Don Juan says, why did you do that? So he says, I just, because you told me to do that, I was interfering in the karma. He said, you're again interfering in the karma because it was at that time he wanted to die. Now he doesn't want to die. So again, you interfere. So this was something that Patri sir was recently in his discourses, he was telling this story, and it was such a beautiful one. So he just said that, we are not supposed to interfere. And that's what I have learned from angels also, that they do not interfere at all in anyone's life, In fact, if you are actually, you want to give help only when the other person is asking. So this was something that he taught me when he was in Delhi, and I was talking to him about the angels, and he said that, you only help those who want the help and who are asking for help, because angels also never help unless you are asking them. They do not interfere. So yeah. So that was the story. That was very cute, and I wanted to share with all of you.
It's very nice, very nice, Sharu. I'm glad that you shared it. So thank you so much for this. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Amma, you want to share something?
Okay. By mistake, it does come. Okay, it's okay, but it was very nice. And Sharu, it was very nice, I think. Very beautiful about non-interference. Very nice. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
Minu.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, friends. Anybody else? Yes, Vandana. Please go ahead, Vandana.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Sharu, I had a little direct question from you, to you actually. So when you talk about your father, that he created this heaven for himself up there, so was it his unfulfilled desire here on earth that made him create this up there?
Yes. See, there are two aspects to it. Number one, yes, he wanted to do something. I have mentioned this earlier also, that my mother found a diary in which he had written that after I have done all the work, my responsibilities are over, I'm going to go to this place, and he had described this place. So it was like a to-do list, one of the things that he wanted to do. So it was that desire was there inside of him, that I would go into that forest area where there is a cottage and there are animals around and there is a lake. So he had already visualized that. So it was there in him, which he could not do. And he wanted to write and he wanted to contribute more, that way. So yes, he made that kind of a world there. And you can say that it was an unfulfilled desire, which he could not fulfill. But this desire was in a to-do list that maybe, okay, when the time will come, I will do it. But he was not able to do it here, so he did it there. So you can say that it comes in the category of undesired or, unfulfilled desires also. Secondly, we also do the same thing. Suppose there is some, if the soul understands that we have left from this earth and we have gone over there, we have reached there, it is this dimension in which we are, then there is no feeling of jealousy, there is no feeling of, you can say, discontent in us. But still, if we feel that there is something that we want to create there, then we create it through our thoughts. So there is nothing called, they will not feel that this was incomplete or this was to be done. It was just that, they want to be in that world, and they will be in that world where they are going to get happiness and enjoyment. So today, if you talk about Shastri sir also, a few days back, he showed me university. So he's created a university, okay, of his own, where he's teaching. So there are so many souls sitting, and I just saw a glimpse of that. So not that it was an undesired, unfulfilled desire, because he was teaching here also on this earth. But there he wants to teach, so he has created a world in which he's teaching. There's so many souls I see, and he's just there and he's teaching everybody. So he's created a university there. So both the things can happen.
Right. Thank you so much.
I hope I'm clear. Yeah.
You are.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful, Charu. Yeah, he's continuing his mission over there as well. Yeah.
That's what they showed me. That's what I could see just for a few seconds. That's all, because I was not able to be there for a very long time, because I'm not allowed to go there, again and again. So unless and until angels want me to see something and they want me to share this knowledge with other people, so they don't let me go into that dimension. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Charu.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, friends. So it was a wonderful, wonderful session again today with lot of experiences. And friends, for today, in the evening we will be having Master Shashank from Germany. He will be sharing on art of peace, and tomorrow morning we will be having another topic on You Are Atma, which is eternal, by Sri Satya Sai Baba. So it will be again a wonderful, wonderful session. And friends, I request you all who are participating, please contribute in writing your article of your learnings from these sessions, or your personal experiences you can relate, because it will be really helpful for many people to read it and to understand about these concepts. So please do your contribution, and yes, we all look forward to hear from you and to read your article. So thank you so much, friends, and we will all see each other again in the evening. Till then, namaste. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Have a